All right. What's going on? Saturday night. It's Saturday night. Saturday night. What's up, Kayla? How's it going? It's been a minute. I've been a little sick. You can probably still hear my voice. So I apologize for that. Kind of gives a little late night radio DJ vibe. So we'll make do. You're just watching me on YouTube. Really? Interesting. Were you watching one of my old, like one of the live, or my shorts? Been missed. Appreciate it. Well, yeah, I got. I mean, I'm still a little bit sick, so, but if I'm only on here once or twice a week, I'm like, people are gonna start wondering. So I went to Monster Jam tonight with the family. We had a great time. If I were to give any advice for anybody who goes to Monster Jam with children, leave the wallet at home. Those kids took advantage of me tonight. We'll just say that. So, here we are. We'll see how long my voice lasts. Is porn cheating? That's the question. It's always the question, at least around here. I'm going to charge my phone. Is porn cheating? So, I am happy to entertain your opinions from whoever wants to share. An opinion you want to share on the topic of whether or not pornography is cheating. And already somebody wants to share. Brandon, what's going on? Is porn cheating?
Hello, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What's up? Is porn cheating?
Um, I think to a certain degree, yes. It's not always about physical. There's like emotional cheating is also a thing, which would be creating a emotional connection with someone. So I would say yes, porn would be considered cheating. I am Christian. So based on my beliefs, I do think that, and might I add, I used to, obviously watch it and whatnot, and then my views changed on it because of that. I stuck closer to my religion in the sense of I have to be, with my woman, be loyal to her, and to, getting off on, thinking or seeing and thinking about another woman, I think is a form of cheating in that sense.
All right. When's the last time you watched porn?
I would say I've been pretty good. I'd say like 3 to 4 months.
Okay, good for you. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 28. Me and my girlfriend, we actually had a place together, and then we actually um, came to the realization, once again, to the Christian beliefs that you shouldn't be living with your significant other unless you're, married. So we
Mm-hmm.
actually moved out, and we're kind of like trying to play the cards right, and it's been going well. And that also includes, also, not watching porn and doing all that kind of stuff. And that was a conversation me and her had together because before I met her, yeah, that was something that I thought was normal, and she opened my eyes to it, and yeah, I definitely agreed. And like I said, it's not always physical, but yeah, thinking about another woman in the sexual sense, I think it's a form of cheating.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
All right, take care.
You too.
No, don't let women control you, you weaklings. Ooh, you want to come on a chat, Joseph Giannotti? I hate when my boyfriend watches. It makes me feel unwanted and beyond insecure. Sorry, mi familia. Why do you tolerate that?
Hey,
Jay
yeah,
Misafu. Hey there, what's going on?
yes, my name is Jackie.
Okay.
Um,
Is porn cheating?
um, my my partner is we've always enjoyed it, and he's trying to cut down, and I'm feeling guilty about my activity still. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't understand why he's changing his mind about it.
And why do you feel guilty about it?
Because he's trying not to do it, and I'm still doing it.
You're covering your microphone a little bit.
Oh, I said because he's cutting down and I'm still participating
Got it.
in
Well,
it.
why do you feel guilty?
But I think just because he's thinking that it's not good for us anymore, and I'm not understanding it. If we've
Got it.
been open about it, I don't know. Maybe it is wrong. I'm not sure.
Well, you want to explore that a little bit?
I guess that'd be great.
Okay. All right. Well, why would it be wrong?
Um, Neither one of us feel like it's cheating because we've enjoyed it together, we've enjoyed it separately. Um, but it seems like everyone in the world is kind of against it. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you're talking about your experience and potentially what other people think. But why do you think it might be wrong?
I mean, I guess I'm just going by his lead.
Now you're talking about
That
what he thinks. I'm curious,
yes.
why might you just explore it, right? Why might you think it's wrong to masturbate while watching strangers have sex?
Um, just because of the way he's reacting to it now.
Hmm.
I do not personally think it's wrong,
Okay,
so
so you
I
don't
feel
think
like
it's
it's
wrong.
going to be a big thing, huh?
You don't think it's wrong.
Um, I guess I'm confused about it. I mean, I feel like it's a tool in my life. It's not like something I watch like every day. Like I might turn the TV on, but it's like a assist to me. It's not like something constant.
Okay.
Like
Well,
it's like a
can we do a
couple
little
times a
thought?
month thing.
Can we do a little thought experiment?
Yeah,
All right. It might get personal. Are you okay with that?
sure.
All right. So let's just say there was videos of you having sex with somebody, and however that video was created. Let's just say it exists and it exists and it's out there. How would you feel if you knew that people were just using that to masturbate to incessantly?
I I guess I wouldn't like it. I
Why
I
would
don't
you
know.
not
I
like
feel
it?
like the people. I don't know. It feels like it's a privacy thing. I don't know. I
Okay.
guess when I think about it that way, that's confusing.
Okay. So now I'm sorry. I'm dying. Um, so now just think about when you're masturbating watching porn, right? Why would that be any different?
I don't know. Now I'm thinking about my daughters we have together, and that's kind of grossing me out.
There you go. Think about your daughters, think about your mom, any woman.
Oh my God, my mother.
Now we're bringing your mom into this, right? So you
Oh
just, again,
God.
a simple little thought experiment. It changes it from I'm just masturbating to feel good for a second to, wow, there's an actual person on the other side of this, right?
Maybe that's what he's thinking.
But you keep going to what he's thinking. What about
I
what you're
know. I don't
thinking?
know. I guess if he wasn't trying to change, I probably wouldn't be trying to change. So, but now when you're saying that stuff, it's kind of grossing me out.
Well,
So,
if he was leading you down a path that was clearly not helpful, would you follow him down that path?
no.
Okay. What if the pornography path was a bad path?
I guess I wouldn't follow him.
Okay. So are you willing to explore whether or not pornography is a healthy tool for you?
Well, you said it's really not a healthy tool, though, you said, right?
I didn't say that, but you probably came to that conclusion based on the questions I
Oh, I
asked.
did. I did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So go ahead.
no, I'm kind of baffled by what you said to me. I'm like thinking about it in a different realm. It's like weird to me now.
Yeah.
I never thought about it as like that might be my sister, my kids, my daughters, you know?
Hmm.
That's just kind of gross. No.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing is you're just humanizing the people on the other side of it, right? These are actual human beings, and
Yeah.
who am I to go take from them?
Oh, that's a good way to put it. I'm taking from them. You're right.
Hmm.
I'm just taking from them. That's
Yeah.
so
That.
selfish.
Hmm.
I never thought about it like that.
Hmm.
In my head, I was like, oh, they love this. They like doing what they're doing, but I know they don't. And I'm just using them. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Totally. They might say they like it, but if you read this book, you'll find out that they actually don't. In most cases, The Porn Myth
Okay,
by Matt
I
Fradd.
go to the library all the time. Oh, I don't know. Can I get that library? I probably can't.
They're probably not going to have this at the library.
Where's that? Let's say that's probably not at the library.
No, it's a good book though. The Porn
All
Myth.
right. Well, is it you wrote that? It's in your link or something?
Uh, I'm flattered that you asked me that question. No, I didn't write this, but yes, it's in the on the resources page on the link in my bio. The Porn Myth by Matt Fradd. I am not Matt Fradd.
Okay. I didn't see who wrote that, but I will
No, it's okay.
look
Yeah,
into that, ordering
yeah.
it or Amazon
Well,
or
check it out.
something.
Look, I would encourage you just explore. Is this like what is really behind the scenes with pornography, both how it's created and what it does to somebody when they consume it? And once you educate about it, you may find yourself in a different place. You may be the one leading the charge with your husband to get off of it.
Well, he's kind of leading me right now, and I was kind of getting, angry with him about it, like
Yeah,
upset, because that's always been our thing. But I guess when you put it in different context, kind of opening my eyes, I guess. Thank you.
there you go. You're welcome.
All right, have a
All
good
right,
evening.
you too. Nice chatting with you. Bye
You too. Bye.
bye. What's up, that kid? JMC 555. I've talked to you before, haven't I?
I
Hello.
don't know about that, but bro, I'm just confused, bro. What do you?
Alright.
Why would you talk so badly about porn? I mean, it's such a beautiful thing. I mean, bro, come on. I'm serious. No, I
Oh,
mean, you make it sound like it's this such evil thing, bro. What the heck,
okay. Well, tell me more. Keep talking.
bro? I mean, we all we all inspired to be in part, in the porn, be a porn star, right? That's why we
Hold
always.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What was your claim?
Yeah. I said we all inspired to be a porn star,
Your
right?
claim is that we all are inspired to be a porn star?
Yeah, and I don't get why you're being such a
All right.
Debbie Downer about this whole thing.
Hold on, hold on. When you say that we all, who are you speaking for?
What do you mean? Being for me and my buddy, I was one of yeah,
Oh, got it. So you're
bro.
not talking about all people. You're talking about you and your friends.
Yeah, I don't know about.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, we're not forcing anybody. That's not what road I'm going down. Okay.
Okay. So you and your friends want to be porn stars.
Yeah, I wanted to be one. I have a 12-incher, so whatever.
Um, what, a ruler? You have a ruler? So are you or have you ever been a porn star?
Have I? Well, just in my own, private.
Well, then you actually don't want to
Private.
be one, or you would have been one.
Well, bro, I don't know if I want to show my face to everybody.
Well, you said you want to be a porn star, and that's what's required to be a porn star.
Well,
You,
yeah,
you could go be
that's
a
true.
porn star in the next 5 minutes. You just make a video and put it on the internet. Now you're a porn star.
That's no, come on, bro. I'm talking about Debbie Does Dallas or things like that.
You make your own name. JMC does whatever.
All right, bro. I'm done. And you
So
stop talking bad about porn. I love it. So I grew up on that stuff.
how much? What's that phrase that someone taught me once? That's an odd thing for a grown man to say. There you go, Brandy. If you're out there, you're welcome. Grew up on it. Maybe that's the problem. Hello. Wow, we got a snore. It's so early in the night for a snore. Dude, that's aggressive. Let's just all listen to this for a little bit. Wow. Solid. It's almost too good to be true. Because he wasn't waiting that long. I can't imagine he hit request and then fell asleep. Yeah. I feel like it's a fake snore. Is it real or fake, chat? Wow. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Yeah, I'm going to go with fake. That was fun, though. Because the real ones are the ones where I see them in the queue and then 45 minutes passes and they're snoring. But that guy was waiting for maybe 20 seconds. Like and share, people. Like and share. Hey there, what's going on? Tony. 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 Yeah, that was just like a perfect snore. That snore was cap. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. Is porn cheating?
I think it depends on the couple, depends on the person. I'm going through an issue with my relationship right now with this, but I think it's not cheating if it's not set in the boundaries that the couple has. But if it's a boundary for someone in the couple, then it is cheating.
Okay, so you think it's not cheating if it's not set. So what is in your opinion, what should the default expectation be in a relationship
That it
that
is cheating.
that it is cheating?
Yeah, I mean, I used to think that it wasn't really an issue because, quote unquote, everyone does it. So it's kind of what you're programmed to think that every guy does it, everyone's just having fun watching it. But now I feel like it's, even if you're not doing something physically, you're having that desire to look for someone else somewhere else other than the person that you're with. And I think that that's cheating.
Okay, got it. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who watches porn?
Yeah, I'm currently having that issue.
Oh,
So my husband last year, I found out that he signed on OnlyFans, so that was hard. Now we worked on it, and now I found out he's been watching porn on Reddit, which's been hard because it's like more tangible people, not just videos of people, doing it. So it's been hard.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Is he there? Can we get him on?
No, he's not here. But, I've been gaslighting myself into thinking it's normal, like everyone does it. It's just, he has an addiction, he needs to get help, but I'm kind of getting over it right now. I do feel like it's cheating and I don't feel like I can justify it.
Yeah. Why are you gaslighting yourself?
Because everyone says it's normal. Everyone says like you're overreacting. Like
Do
it's
you live?
just
Do you live?
over.
Do you live in America?
Yeah, right now, yeah. I'm not from
Okay.
America, but I do.
Okay. You probably lived here long enough to know that a lot of people say a lot of things are normal that are clearly
Yeah.
not normal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you follow politics at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So just because people say something is normal doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah. I
So
guess I
why would,
just don't have the strength. I just I just think people, like your comments, half of them are like, "Why are you making it such a big deal? Like it's not." And the other half is like, "Yes, it's cheating." So, I
well, but
guess
well, you don't have the strength for what?
to leave
Well, you're
to
married.
actually
Do
think,
you have
yes, he's
kids?
cheating. No, not yet.
Okay. How long have you been married?
A little over a year, which is why I feel like it's even worse because I feel like it's the time to, be with your partner, not, porn.
Well, what else is possible between staying and gaslighting yourself and leaving?
Well, we have tried to make it better. He's going to therapy, hasn't been really helpful. So I tried the in between of trying to get him to stop, but he hasn't. So
He's been going to therapy and it hasn't been helpful.
yeah,
How long has he been doing that?
for like almost a year now.
Oh, yeah, that's a long time to not get any.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But it's not, I mean, does he want to stop?
I think so. He plays it as more of an addiction. So
Well, two things can be true. It can be an addiction, and he can want to stop and get help to stop.
yeah.
Is he? Well, who else in his life or your guys' lives know that he's and you are struggling with this?
So my best friends, my mom, even his mom knows. Like it's been a big deal ever since the OnlyFans thing.
Do his friends know?
No.
How come?
I guess he's too embarrassed to say.
Shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand. Oh gosh, I can't even. Can't stand being spoken to the light. Let me say that again. Shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. When we hold shame in, it kills us.
Yeah.
But when we speak it to the light, it gets killed. The shame gets killed.
Yeah.
I probably should use a different word for TikTok's sake, but whatever.
Yeah.
So the question is, who really knows him and what he's going through? But I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to you. So you've been dealing with this for a year, a little over a year, and you're thinking, do I leave or do I stay and gaslight myself? So,
Correct.
yeah. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm overreacting over porn, but then again, I feel like I'm not. So that's where I'm trying to come into a decision. But I feel like I've already made the decision, the decision that he's cheating. So
Well, it's not just watching porn. In his case, it's giving other women money in exchange for sexual favors.
yeah, the thing is, I feel like Reddit is a place where you can like interact with other people. It's not just like the random videos. So
Right. Yeah. So what does your
that's the
intuition
issue.
tell you?
Leave.
Yeah. Is that an option
Yeah,
for you?
I guess that's how I found your page and all this like journey of finding out if I'm overreacting or if it's a normal thought that it's wrong.
Well, do you think you're overreacting?
No.
Yeah. You may be having high and low emotions, right? But
Yeah.
an irrational response to irrational behavior is normal behavior.
Thanks. Well, I feel like I've taken up so much time now. So thanks for listening and thanks for talking to me. And I really like your page. So keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. I need a mute button or a cough drop. One of the two. All right. This snoring guy's back. Let's see if it's actually a bot or something like that. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello. Not too much, you.
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
Okay, so if it's free, I wouldn't consider it cheating. OnlyFans, yes. If you're in a relationship and you are paying to watch somebody else on any platform, like you're paying, I think that's cheating.
Got it. Define paying.
Like subscribing every month, or you're. So basically, I would say OnlyFans ruined my long-term relationship solely for the
Well,
fact that he would go
you're
to the
talking about
bathroom, he would
you're talking
hide
about
it.
transacting dollars. That's what you mean by paying.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Well, I would say that even if it's free, you're still paying. You're just not paying with dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
for
I'm
sure.
not completely against it. Like I completely agree on that front too. Is like if you're putting more time and effort into porn than you are your own relationship, what's the point?
Got it.
Like
So
porn
this
ruins
happened
so
to
many
you in a
relationships.
relationship?
Yep, my long-term one. It ruined my 7-year relationship.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens. He was cheating on the side. He did a lot of stuff, so
But he was also physically cheating?
yep. I'd say the porn was honestly my tipping point. Like I can sit through a lot of stuff, but he was going and hiding in the bathroom. He was just doing porn 24/7. I'm not gonna like gloat and be like, "Oh, I'm an amazing looking woman." Like I'm a good looking woman. I get compliments when I'm out in public all the time. But like I was putting 110% into my relationship, and I was getting probably 2% in return.
Yeah. So when you found out about it, what did you do?
I basically packed my stuff and I left. I had a feeling, and he was sleeping one night, and we obviously were so like we were so far into the relationship that if one of us had a feeling, like we would just go on each other's phone. I never hid anything. I had nothing to hide. And this sounds crazy, but I went into his bank statements and I saw endless OnlyFans, and I was like, I'm done.
How much did you spend?
Over $200.
Over $200.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep. He put immediately I got into therapy and I'm a year out. Doing a lot better, that's for sure.
Good for you.
I
Good for you.
found someone who's worth my time.
Does that person watch porn?
I think so, but we watch it together sometimes, so I wouldn't say like he's nothing like that. He won't pay for OnlyFans. He hates that shit. His sister does it and he completely despises it.
Got it.
He's told me a million times, he's like, I'd rather get nudes from you than look at some other woman. He's like, I'd rather look at our tapes than look at some other woman.
Well, but he looks at porn.
Occasionally, I think he only does
Well,
it
no,
like
no, no,
I
no,
think
no.
he says he has.
Hold on. It's either he looks at porn, yes or no.
I want to say yes.
You already told me he does.
I know that he used to, but like we've been together for like 6 months now.
Hold on. You said you guys watch it together. Did I
Yeah,
miss
we
that?
used to, but we watched it together. I shouldn't have said
Oh.
watch. We watched it together.
Watched.
Sorry.
Past tense. I didn't hear
Yes.
the ed.
Sorry,
No
I
pun
should have
intended.
added that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he used to watch porn with you. Now he doesn't. But sometimes he might watch just tapes that you send.
Yep.
Got it. All right. Why do you do that? Why do you send him tapes?
I don't know, it's just fun. I think I just do it for the thrill of it sometimes. Like I'll send them when he's at work and it's just kind of like a surprise to him.
Got it. Do you think that helps build intimacy?
I don't think it helps build it, but it definitely maybe maintains it. Like I think it's just more of like a surprise of it.
Got it. How old are you guys?
I'm 20 and he's 23.
20 and 23. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, can I offer you a different perspective?
Of course.
Even if the pornography is of you, because it's still pornography, now you're just the porn star, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're the porn, you're now the porn. You're the object of his lust. And he's learning to bond not with you, but with a screen, which gets you guys further away from intimacy. Because he's bonding
That's
with a
so
screen,
true.
not with you. Yeah, I know.
I've never thought of it like that.
So then the question becomes, do you want your relationship to be, or do you want him to be bonding with the screen or with you?
With me.
Yeah. So if that were true, then how would your behavior change?
I would stop sending him stuff.
There you
I'd
go.
straight up tell him, if you want it, we can do it in person.
Yeah. That's one possibility.
And like, it's not like we don't do it in person. Like, we do. I think it's just more of, he lives 55 minutes away. So like, I haven't seen him in a week. So like, a week will go by and like, he's about to leave for a week for work out of province.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think it just makes it hard sometimes, but also waiting until he gets back also just builds up the intimacy, because then when he gets back, it's even better.
Mm-hmm. I bet it does make it hard sometimes.
Yep. But honestly, I wouldn't say it makes it hard in just a sexual way. Like, I feel like it's more of a mental game too, of like when he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do that sometimes just to pass time. But like, now what you said, now I'm thinking about that. I'm like, damn.
Well, think about that. Keep thinking about it. Think about what you're trying to create.
Like, I see myself marrying this man.
Mm-hmm. Do you want him to marry
Right?
you or videos of you?
Yeah. Oh my God. That's such a good way of putting it. It's good. Oh my God. Because now I think, like, even giving him Polaroids of myself, it's still kind of the same concept.
It's still porn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I've never
Proud
been
Pat.
more happy that I joined alive.
Well, I'm delighted. Look, that took 7 minutes. 7 minutes and about 7 questions. You were able to change your perspective on something.
That's
Isn't that amazing?
crazy. I love that.
Yeah. And we didn't
Well,
even have
thank
to
you for
argue.
taking the time to educate me.
You're welcome. Nice chatting with you. Good luck to you.
Nice chatting with you too. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. I'm currently on Yeti's website. 'Cause this is my wife's Tumblr, which I love for tea. And I'm trying to customize a black one with my logo on it. I think that would fit the vibe here. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll sell merch. Yeti tumblers for merch. You think you want to be a coach eventually? I love that for you. I love that for you. Hey there, what's going on? BJ? You there, BJ? Beej? Hello? BJ! You're on the internet talking about porn. Not anymore. 8, how are you? Hey, Krista, I'm good. How are you? Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Joaqueline. Why is no one talking? I don't know. They will. Super Bowl's tomorrow, people. Who do you got? Who do you got? Kansas City Chiefs or Philadelphia Eagles? What are y'all doing for the Super Bowl? Oh, I should wear my porn coach hoodie to my Super Bowl party that I'm going to. That would be fun. Not going to do that, though. But I might. Chiefs, Philly, Chiefs, Philly, Chiefs, Philly. Pronounced Jacqueline. Oh, Jacqueline. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi there. How's it going?
it's good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Are you 18 or over?
I'm 21.
21. All right. Is porn cheating?
I think that's very anecdotal. I think it's very subjective, but in my opinion, no, I don't think it is.
Got it.
I
All right.
think
Why is that?
that for me, I would say that the only I guess the only like category, because it's all different categories, the only category that I would consider cheating is anything that involves like hiring someone. So like OnlyFans, like actually like purchasing and hiring work from a person that you can like reach out to and message, and you've essentially like hired them in the same way that you could hire someone to like clean your house. That's what I would do. Um, like that's what I would consider cheating. I would also say that anything that kind of goes, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not great at articulating this. I would say that, I mean, cheating is the same as infidelity, and it basically operates where it has to do with the lack of knowledge. So for me, I think if you're being honest with your partner and you guys have set boundaries, I think it's fine. I think that we've had porn in different like ways for centuries. I mean, it obviously like has not been the same as it is now. Like even in Victorian times, like they did not like produce that kind of content because it was. I mean, it was very much about morality back then because it was about kind of staying in moral bounds, so you wouldn't have people kind of embracing doing crazy things as much as we have now. But I think that I don't know. For me, I think that I don't think that that alone is. I think that you'd have to have other factors.
Got it. Okay. So if you're in a relationship and sorry, if you're in a relationship and you found out your partner was masturbating while watching strangers have sex, you wouldn't have an issue with that?
I honestly would have a bigger issue with them contacting those people or trying to recreate that. I would no, I to the comment, I do know how I feel. I'm just not really good at articulating this without like getting banned off TikTok without being like extremely vulgar. So I'm trying to be very vague. But for me personally, no, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, it's like what, like over 60% of people in the US are saying that they're watching it, and then you have like 50 million people watching it. Like, I mean, it's an insane number of people, and I don't know. For me, that just wouldn't be the deal breaker. I'm more concerned about in a relationship physical cheating. So that just wouldn't be the deal breaker for me. I think I would have more of a deal breaker if it was an addiction that was impacting our relationship where the person couldn't, commit to having
Do you
dates and
know
they
do you know
they
what
were
else 50 million people do in the US?
what?
Commit domestic violence or sexual abuse?
I mean that's not good. It's not
Well,
the same though.
should we just say that that's okay because so many people do it?
No, that's not. I'm just saying that like it it isn't it isn't the same because it's not within the bounds of a relationship. So that's kind of what I'm trying to talk about. I think that if it's not an addiction impacting someone, I personally in my relationship would not have a problem with it.
Got it. Okay. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Torno. Oh, yeah, you said that. Sorry. All right. So if your partner solicits nude images or videos from another person and masturbates to them, that's not a problem to you.
Do you mean like directly? Or do
If
you
your
mean just
partner
finding it on a
solicits
website?
If your partner solicits nude pictures or videos from another person and masturbates to it, that's not a problem for you?
If it was from a person that they're like texting, yes, but if it's just posted online publicly for millions of people to watch, no.
Why does that matter?
Because one is about seeking out the other person and one is about it just being
They're
publicly there.
they're seeking it out in both scenarios. One just
I mean, yeah,
feels a
but
little bit
they're,
more anonymous, but it's the same thing.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I don't see it the same because One is like messaging a woman on Snapchat and asking, and that's an actual conversation, and that's also going behind your back because they wouldn't tell you. So it's also kind of an emotional cheating too because
All right.
they're
So
having these
if
conversations.
you're to, are you in a relationship?
Not right now, but I've been in a relationship.
Got it. So if you're in a relationship and you walked into your partner, you come home from work, your partner's sitting on the couch, pants down, eggplant in hand, phone in other hand, vigorously masturbating, and there's a woman who's a stranger having sex on the screen. I just want to follow your logic. You would be like, hey there, did you find this person on Snapchat or a porn site? Could you just answer? Is that how you would approach that?
I wouldn't think I'd be in the same room as them now. But I guess if I walked in and I don't think I would ask, but I guess if I like asked, then I would just ask to look at their phone and see if it was on a website or if it was like a video personally sent.
Got it. Okay. So you wouldn't ask though, you don't think?
Well, yeah, if I walked in on my partner doing something, yeah, I would probably ask because I would kind of expect any of that to be done kind of in the privacy of like being alone.
Got it. So do you have an expectation that your partner or future partner only have eyes for you?
I mean, I don't think that when someone enters a relationship, everyone else like becomes ugly, but yeah, I don't think that they would be seeking out to date or be intimate with other people that I know or they know.
Do
So
you
yes,
expect your
I would
part
expect to
do you
be the
expect your
priority.
partner to only have eyes for you when you're in a relationship?
Yeah, under the definition, I'm saying like I don't think that if
Okay.
I like with my ex-boyfriend, like I wasn't angry like if he found another woman attractive. I was angry if like, if he was talking to her or trying to be intimate with her or going behind my back. Like I wouldn't care if someone finds someone attractive. What they're doing and if they're pursuing it,
That's
that's
not
where I
what
would
I
draw the line.
asked. That's not what I asked.
Then I guess yeah, I would want them to only like have eyes for me because other people wouldn't be relevant enough to pursue. So yeah.
Okay. Then how do you reconcile that with your view on pornography within your relationship?
Because that's not a physical person in the room.
I'm on a screen right now. Am I a real person?
Yes, I don't see what you mean. Like I don't think that that's the same because you're not cheating with an actual person. You're cheating with like what, a video on
What
your
is it then?
phone?
If it's a person on a screen, what is it? Like I said,
A
I'm on a screen right
pre-recorded
now.
video?
Am I a person?
Yeah, because you're on TikTok Live.
Okay. But if this was a pre-recorded video of me, then I wouldn't be a person?
No, you would still be a person.
All right. A lot of gymnastics over there. All right. Well,
Do you count
good
like
luck with that.
written material the same? That's just a question I have. Like erotica written, would that also qualify in your definition as cheating? Or is it only
I,
like videos?
yeah, I think it's categorically different, and I would just, for the sake of conversation, define pornography as erotic imagery, usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of another person with the erotic intent to arouse. So I think that erotica is different, but it can have a similar effect.
Okay. I don't know how to. I know that the comments are kind of irritated, but I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling without like talking about like past relationships, and I don't want to do that on TikTok Live. But I don't know. For me,
Well,
I've never. It's
would you
never been a problem.
prefer your boyfriend or future boyfriend? Would you prefer that they masturbate to other women while they're dating you, or not? Which would you
Like if
prefer?
I could pick in an ideal world, well,
Yeah.
in an ideal world, I don't think that I would pick that, but like I know statistically that's what a lot of men do, so that's kind of just what I expect out of relationships, I guess.
Ah, so you've lowered your bar.
But the bar has always been low. That's why I haven't really ever
Why?
made a
Why
problem
has
out of
your
it.
bar been so low?
Because am I supposed to stop like all of the entire population? No, like I mean like it's been in magazines since what, like the 70s? Like I don't know. I don't think that I don't know. As long as my partner's honest, I don't think that would be the deal breaker for me, I guess.
Got it. Well, are you open as you grow older? Are you open to just be in consideration of whether or not pornography is useful for yourself and your future partners?
Um, I don't know. Like my my ex relationships, it was never really a thing that was brought up. I don't really know if my ex-boyfriend, I mean, I assume so, but like in my relationships, I've never really like spoken about it, I guess. Which sounds bad, but I genuinely have never had like a conversation. I just kind of went
Well,
like,
but if you would prefer that your partners not watch pornography, why would you not talk about that?
because I don't really think I'm going to change anyone's mind on like what they do in their free time. But I don't know.
But
It was
well,
never a problem. It was
what if
never
the
an
goal is not to
addiction.
change their mind? What if the goal is just to know? Like if you knew someone was masturbating 17 times a day,
Well, I have a
wouldn't
problem
you
with
want to know that?
17 times a day.
Okay, what about 4 times a day?
I'd probably have a problem with that too.
What about 3?
Like once. That's probably
Once.
where I would say it's like normal. And
Normal is
yeah,
once.
and
Okay.
being able to like not do it every
Well,
single
then
day
why
and
don't
be
you just
fine.
ask that? Hey, do you look at porn and masturbate up to 1 time a day? If so, we're fine. But if it's 2 times a day, then I'm not your girl.
Then I just think it would kind of impact life a bit, and that's what I was talking about with the addiction part. About like that's where I'd have a problem with because I think anything not in moderation can kind of
Well,
be
okay. All right.
hurtful.
So if we look at pornography as, and I'm not asking you to believe this, I believe this, that pornography is objectifying another person for sexual pleasure. How much moderation should there be when it comes to objectifying other people?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that because I'm kind of operating under the assumption that whatever medium, and I know this is not true for the whole industry, I'm not saying, but like in an ideal world, like the content you're seeking out was like consensually produced.
How it's produced has no bearing on whether somebody's objectifying the person on the other side or not. So how much objectification for you is within reason?
I've never really thought of it like that. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna kind of keep repeating. Like for me, I don't know. I don't have an addiction, so I don't really like understand why people would feel the need to rely on this every day. But I didn't ever really think of it as like objectification. I've always thought of objectification more of like physically and like meeting people in real life and like when I go to the club and like how people talk. That's always what I viewed objectification as, not something that's kind of like been produced online,
Yeah, well,
assuming it was produced consensually.
objectification means the action of degrading someone to the status of a mere object, and that's what engaging in pornography does. It reduces them down to a sexual object. It
Okay.
trains the brain to just see the person not as a whole dignified person, but as someone who only has sexual value, and then to use them as an object for their sexual value.
I never really saw it like that.
That's fine.
I thought that like I don't know. I wish I was better at verbalizing this, but when I go in live, I kind of like my brain kind of turns to mush. But I guess like I don't know. I don't like I said, I've never really like had a problem in a relationship. I guess like to to a future relationship, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not going to continue that sentence because it's just going to kind
Well,
of fall apart.
look, you are braver than most people on the internet. And by the way, I agree. Somebody just said, JJ, you speak very well. I would agree with that. Like, yeah, you don't have your thoughts fully fleshed out on this because you've probably never talked about this before. No problem. Right? And look, I do this all day long well, not all day. I do this for a living. Like, I've got all these responses, they just rattle off, and you're doing great, JJ. Okay?
Okay.
And that's how
Thank you.
you grow, that's how you mature, that's how you refine your beliefs. So keep doing that.
So you think that I'm trying to. So you basically are. I don't know if maybe I'm just putting words in your mouth, but you're what I'm seeing here is that you're kind of viewing it as like also a bit of like emotional cheating, because it's like you're saying that like it's objectifying another person even if it's on a screen, and it's kind of like emotionally like putting your energy into that too. Is that kind
Yeah,
of
well,
what you were getting at?
yeah. I mean, I could ask the question: when does cheating become cheating? Right? Yes, there's a difference between physical and emotional cheating. Right? So when does cheating become cheating?
I've always thought of cheating for me, and this is kind of always the boundary I've put in relationships, is anything physical with another person. So like kissing another person, being intimate with another person, being in a relationship with another person, sending like pictures of yourself to another person. That's kind of what I've seen as cheating. And for the pictures, it's more just like because you're kind of seeking that person out to be intimate with. That's what I've
Well,
always
okay.
defined the bounds as.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is I think within how you just explained that part with pictures, that's what pornography is. It seems like you're just like taking this, well, society's normalized it, therefore I have to agree with it approach, right? But it's like when you look at what it is, what viewing pornography is it's transacting, exchanging, soliciting, providing, requesting pictures to masturbate to. The literal term, when you go and click on a link on a website, is to request. That's the technical term, to request. So when you go and click on a video on a porn site, you're requesting the video or the picture. So that's why I asked that question. If you request a nude video or image of somebody else to masturbate to, is that cheating?
I always thought of requesting as like OnlyFans, like going and actually purchasing a tier of that content every month.
Yeah, well, that's that's just another way to do it. You're requesting it and you're putting dollars at stake, right? But again,
So
you
you're
got
saying
to
that when someone's
go ahead.
opening a video, that's a request within itself.
That's literal. That's literally the technical term. It's called a request. I have a background in web development, so it's a HTTP request if you want to be precise. So I'm only using that parallel because the word request, when you say if you request an image from somebody else, many people would be like, oh yeah, well that's cheating. Okay, well that's why I go right back to, well, that's what you're doing on the internet. You're requesting it. But we're so far down this path of is it cheating, is it not? Go back to what do you desire in a relationship? Do you want someone to have eyes for you and only you? And if the answer is yes to that, then what is your standard on what's permitted in a relationship?
Well, like what I was saying, like I don't personally have a problem if someone finds someone else attractive, because that's like human nature. There are attractive people in the world. I have always just had a problem in like my relationships, like making it clear is like you don't go and flirt with the person and tell them that you want to be intimate with them. You don't go and kiss them at a party even if you're drunk. Like that's always been my bounds. My bounds I feel have always been very like physical and very
Yeah.
literal.
Yeah.
And
So
I know some people have like different boundaries where it's like if you're liking another like woman's Instagram story, but I've never considered that cheating because it's not like literal. It's not physical.
right. Yeah. Well, there's a saying, you can't help the first look, but you can help the second look. You can't help the first thought, but you can help the second thought. So again, the question is, what are you keeping your eyes on? So are there attractive people in the world? Sure, of course. It's not a problem. You see an attractive person. But if you're like, all right, now I need to go masturbate, well, that might be a problem. Right?
So, okay, so if someone has, I'm just asking this because this is kind of related, but if I'm dating a man and he has a high libido and I'm not there, what would be your ideal thing for him to do? Like the alternative.
Anything else?
Okay, but like if he wants to like get off, which is like a normal like human thing, what would he do? Would he not just watch any content, or would he read a book, or would he look at a drawing, like what, or just use his imagination?
Well, let me read you a chapter from this book, To Be a Man, page 221.
Okay.
It talks about eroticizing our wounds. Paul assumes that he's very sexual because he has sex or masturbates 2 to 3 times a day. He is chronically anxious and edgy, often feeling saturated or overloaded with fear and anger. Rather than working with this, he channels his surplus emotional excitation into his sexuality, finding considerable energetic release through doing so, using his ejaculatory capacity as a kind of discharge valve for his unwanted emotional energy. In this case, he is reducing his sexual partner to little more than an outhouse for the energies of his anxiety and anger. He is, in short, eroticizing his need to rid himself of his emotional tension while viewing himself, perhaps with pride, as having a very strong sexual desire. So basically what this, and this is just one small part of a longer chapter, basically what it's saying is the whole notion of, oh, I'm just highly sexual. It's like, well, maybe people are just trained to take their problems and masturbate them away.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I've always like, I mean, if I could like pick for an ideal relationship of how like my partner chooses to handle that, I probably would say like, I don't know, like how, like I said, like how they used to do in the old days with like artwork or like a fictional story. I guess if I could pick and say like this is what you're gonna do, I would probably not pick like pornography, like videos and pictures, but I don't know, I've just never expected that to be something that I'm gonna control for someone else.
Yeah, I got it. So practically speaking, I mean, I get it. Yeah, at your age, especially the people you date, hormones are raging. It's a hard problem. Okay. So what do? Well, one, you got to decide. The person has to decide is, am I using this behavior? Am I using masturbation or sex just to get rid of my emotional energy? Right. And if so, okay, well, what else can you do? Because I guarantee you, I guarantee you this almost. I don't want to make guarantees. If a person is like, oh my gosh, I have to masturbate right now. If you were to drop them in the middle of Times Square, the need to masturbate, the desire to masturbate would probably go away, right? Would you agree?
I mean, like if he's already like turned on, he probably still would want to, right?
I look, I'm a guy. I'm just saying, if in my porn and masturbation days, if I was at home by myself, nobody was around, and I was really horny or whatever and wanted to masturbate, and then you drop me in the middle of a mall, I promise you that feeling would go away instantly. That's for me. I'm speaking for myself.
Well, I would have just assumed it would still be there, no matter the setting.
Well,
Because you're still in your own head, you know, you're still thinking about things.
no, you're not though, because now you're in public with people around, and this everything is different about it. The scenario is different. People can see you. You'd go to the nearest stall. The point is that there are ways around it, okay? And for you, a 21-year-old woman is, again, we talked about that, lowering the bar. I'm not asserting that's true, but have you done that? Have you lowered the bar and just resigned yourself to what society is telling you is true and right with regard to sex, sexuality, and porn? And maybe is there some room for you to decide what your standard is? Not we're not going for perfection, right? But what are you wanting? What standard are you wanting your partner to live into? And vice versa, what standard might your partner want you to be living into? And then how can you do that? How can you come closer to that?
Right.
But
I mean, I don't know.
I've worked with many men. I've worked with hundreds of men to get through this to where masturbation doesn't have to be the tool of choice. It is possible, right? And what usually happens and I did this too, learning how to not use masturbation or pornography or sex to make you feel better, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm actually feeling a broader range of emotions now because you're not numbing them out. Pornography numbs emotions, and we can't selectively numb emotions. If you numb one, you numb them all.
Okay. I'm just surprised you worked with that many guys. I don't know. That's surprising. I didn't think that many people even talked about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there are people that talk about it. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
All right. Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
All right. Cool. Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
I got to get rid of this cough. I feel much better. Thank you. I still sound pretty bad, but I feel like tomorrow or the next day I'll probably be like totally fine. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi. Is porn cheating?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Tell me more.
It's just not someone they know. And maybe if they're like seeking out a specific person, definitely if they're paying them, but just watching random videos online, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
No.
No. Okay. Have you ever been in one?
Yes.
Okay. And if you're in a relationship and your partner is masturbating to strangers having sex on the internet, you wouldn't think anything of that?
No, probably not. I mean, it's normal.
What's normal about that?
It's normalized in today's society, so it's normal.
That's different. Normalized and normal are different. What does it mean that it's normal?
That it's typically seen.
That it's typically seen? What does
Yes.
that mean?
That it's seen often in society.
Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing. Let's save a little time there. What's up, an honest love? Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
How's it going? Hi.
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Is
That's
porn
good.
cheating?
I don't think so.
Where are you in Australia?
Yeah, I'm living in Australia.
You're in the future.
Yeah, that's right.
The Super Bowl already happened for you. All right. So you don't think it's cheating?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Tell me more.
I think realistically, for me, cheating would have to be. Sorry, my sausage dog's in the background. If you can hear them. I think for me, cheating would have to be on an emotional level or on a physical level. And I feel like if you or your partner are looking at random people online and doing what you will with that, then I don't think that's really going against moral laws or breaking trust in a relationship.
Got it. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm actually married 2 years on the 23rd of Feb.
Got it. Does your partner masturbate while watching strangers have sex online?
Yeah, look, I feel like I've had that conversation with him, and it's actually quite normal for us because we live in a very gender role like relationship where the man does what the man does and the woman does what the woman does, but also in a very new aged relationship. It's kind of complex, I guess. So I don't really have a problem with that, to be totally honest with you.
Got it. Okay. You guys have been married for 2 years, you said?
Yeah, so we've been together since 2018. So been together for 7.
Got it. And you watch pornography also?
No, not really. Not myself.
Got it.
It's not my kind of thing. I feel like our sex life is quite interesting and where it should be. So I don't have the time nor the energy to invest in that.
Got it.
We also have a little 14-month-old, so.
Okay. When did your husband start masturbating while watching strangers have sex on the internet?
I feel like it's just always been the case.
Always been the case? Like
Yeah.
straight out of the womb, he was masturbating while watching porn?
No, definitely not. But I feel
you
like
said always.
I don't know. I feel like as puberty hits, I have no idea. We haven't really gone into that sort of conversations. But we met when we were 18, and by then it was quite normal for that conversation to be had then. And yeah, he did.
Got it. When do you think a person should start masturbating while watching strangers have sex on the internet?
That's a very good question that I don't have the answer to, because I think that I'm a mother myself, so I think
you're a
just
mother. So
thinking about
when do you think your kid should start doing that?
see, I wouldn't be able to put myself in that scenario because I just wouldn't want to think about my child doing that. So I guess it's
Why is that? It's
just
so normal, like
something.
you said.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. It's so normal, and I know it's inevitable, and I know it's going to happen one day. So I don't know. But I guess that if it's fully out of my
What-
control, at least be a legal adult to do that. Because I guess in order to access these sites, you have to be a legal adult. So
Got it. Interesting. It's like a double standard.
in what way?
Well, it's like you're totally okay with your partner doing it, but then when you think about your kid, you're like, oh wait, hold on, maybe not.
Yeah, but if my partner's been doing it from when he's been a legal adult, then I don't have much control over that, do I?
It's not about a control thing, but do you think that he started? Good night, Krista. Do you think he started before he was like? Do you think he started on his 18th birthday, or did he start like when he was 17 and 364 days old?
I have no idea, to be totally honest with you, but I'm assuming based off every teenage boy out there, they would have been younger than 18.
Yeah. Well, statistically, most boys are exposed by about 8 to 11-ish, 11 or 12, and almost all of them are exposed to pornography by 13.
Oh, wow.
So just think about it. You know, 8-year-olds masturbating while watching strangers have sex. Do you think that's normal?
Well, are we talking about 8-year-old boys, or are we talking about 8-year-olds in general, both male and female?
I didn't specify. I said 8-year-olds.
Well, as if I remember myself as an 8-year-old, I was playing with Barbies, so I was definitely not exposed to that kind of behavior whatsoever. So I don't think it's acceptable for an 8-year-old to be exposed to such mature content.
Got it. If they were, how do you think that might change a child's view on sex, sexuality, the human body, what people should be doing with one another? Do you think it might influence them to think a certain way?
Absolutely. I think it can cause some issues down the track, and whether they have a positive or negative relationship with sex, but also whether they see that as, I think it's kind of hard to, I'm trying to put my thoughts into words, so I'm struggling here a little bit, but like I definitely think that being exposed to something that chemically your brain isn't prepared to do so can have some a negative impact in your life, for sure.
And did you know that that's true of pornography at any age?
Really?
You just did the mic drop for me.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
The brain literally can't handle the overstimulation that pornography provides.
Oh, there you go.
If you look at the brain scan of a porn addict versus a coke addict, they look pretty much the same. It
do
fries
they?
your brain. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's quite interesting. I've never heard that before, so that's quite interesting to know.
Yeah, go Google it. Brain scan porn addict, and you'll see the picture right there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell your husband to have fun masturbating.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, you too.
Hey there, what's going on? That's a real snore. Very light snore. Should I do the baby crying? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? I'll get. All right, I'm just gonna do a few more, and then I gotta sleep this cold away. Bad Booney. So you're saying your life is a snooze fest? It is, because people wait so long to talk to me that they fall asleep. It is a snooze fest, that's for sure. District Solaris? No. It is hilarious every time. It's always funny. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Bloom with Sam. Hello. I've never been on TikTok Live. Is it a queue to join? Yeah, it should be. Well, you just tap on one of the boxes. It says request. Hey there, what's going on? Okay. Man, I wish there was more men like the host. There are a lot of men who share this viewpoint. I promise you. I would agree that it has been normalized to have these viewpoints, but it's not everybody. And the invitation for you is, what is your standard, and how are you going to strive to maintain that standard in the relationships that you're in? You have way more power to do that than you're probably giving yourself credit for. Where do we find them now? Hey there, what's going on?
Just think about every fish is roughly a $10 bill right now.
Hello. Lisa. Can I text you in my DM? Or you want to text your question? I can't be with my boyfriend other than weekends, so no idea what he does during the week. Hey there, what's going on? Okay. Maybe it is a snooze fest tonight. Hello. Ooh.
Hello?
Hi there. Is porn cheating?
Oh, so I don't know. It kept kicking you back out. And then it would allow you to re-request again and then kick back out, and it did it about 4 or 5 times.
Okay, well,
so
now
I
you're
don't
here.
know if it's a problem with the stream.
All right, well, you're on now.
No. Okay. I actually cannot read what you have written above your head. And I think I can now. I'm visually impaired. So I believe
got
it
it.
says, is porn cheating? Am I correct in
You're
saying
correct.
that?
Yep.
Okay. So is there any words I'm not allowed to use?
Uh,
I don't know TikTok rules, and if I don't want to get
Well,
any creators in
I-
trouble or
I mean, you won't get me in
whatnot.
trouble. You'll just get yourself in trouble. But I'll
Oh, okay.
I'll stop
Oh.
you if you're skirting the line.
Oh, there you go. Great. Thank you so much. I just was curious if you thought it was, because for me, not so much. I mean, I'm kind of pretty down with it myself, but I didn't know if you yourself feel like
Got
it
it.
is or isn't.
Yeah, well, I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part, I think if you deviate from that commitment, whether it's using a person on a screen or otherwise, that's cheating because you went against the agreement.
What if you're with the person?
I don't understand.
You and your person that you're with are together, viewing the material together.
Okay. If you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something
Mhm.
like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part, if you deviate from that, whether it's with a person on a screen or otherwise, that would be going against the agreement and therefore cheating.
Right. So even if you're laying with your man, woman, and you're both, say, holding the phone, like both of you, hand
so what's
over
the
hand.
agreement in that scenario? What's the agreement?
I suppose the agreement would be among the two individuals that they both would like to partake and they both would like to enjoy it to enhance their
Got it.
intimacy
Okay, so
moment.
so that wouldn't qualify under the committed monogamous relationship, because monogamy
Oh,
is
okay.
two
So for
people.
you, then that means it wouldn't be monogamy.
Well, that's the definition of monogamy.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I get you there. Like I can
Yeah.
see how, digital or non-digital, I guess some people think that, you draw the line at whether it's technology or flesh. And so I guess for some individuals, technology is a line, and for others, it's just not a line. So I don't know. That's why
Yeah.
it piqued
Well,
my
yeah,
curiosity.
you're using other people for your sexual pleasure.
Well, yeah, I would suppose so.
Right.
So I guess,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
for some people, do you do that for religious reasons? Is that your take on it, or is it just a personal preference?
Well, I used to watch a lot of porn, and I came to the conclusion that it wasn't honoring to my wife, so I stopped.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, because like for me, my son is now 22, about to be 23. He is autistic. And, you come across things as a mom later in their lives, as adults, and they are viewing as such material. No, he has never had a girlfriend, never been with anybody in any type of capacity. Does he have the mental capacity to? Yes. Has he ever had the opportunity? No. So I've always been grappled with this, should I steer away or should I not steer away kind of scenario, because it's not like you can beat human biology down. It just is what it is. So it's kind of like, how locked up do I want him? If I can't get him out into the world, is that an alternative that should be available to him? And I've had criticisms on both ends of the spectrum on, just like, oh, well, why didn't you just hook him up with another person? And every autistic individual is very different. So you can't just put two autistic kids together and expect things to get along. And then by the same token, I don't want him to feel completely isolated. So it's just it's so hard to navigate it, but I'm also worried about him not being able to maintain a relationship thereafter, being so fixated on the screen. Will it get to the point where if he does find, the woman of his dreams, is it going to cause a problem? So it's a really difficult line for me to walk. It's very frustrating as a mom.
Yeah, I got it. It sounds like it. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
That's difficult. So really, the question you're wrestling with, if I'm understanding correctly, is your son's autistic. He's 22. Did you say?
He's about to turn 23.
About to turn 23, and you didn't say it this way, but maybe he has trouble being in relationships, period, but with other with women.
Well, it's a twofold
also.
thing. One, we live in a small rural area, so there's literally no groups out here. There's no community or anything like that. So on top of that, I'm also sick. I have cancer, MS, and a couple of heart conditions. So me being so
geez.
very disabled, I can't go to the major organizations like I used to. Like there's a thing called Autism Speaks. There is dating programs for, children or young adults that are capable of dating for autism. But I can't bring him to those because I'm physically incapacitated. I can't. I spend pretty much the majority of my day, unfortunately, in a bed. So not being able to be there for him in that way, it just totally sucks that I feel like, what else could I possibly offer my son other than your mom loves you, your family loves you? But I know he's even said, Mom, I want to be a husband. Mom, I want to have kids. And I want to support myself. And, he's genuinely hurt by the fact that even colleges won't accept him and flat out said, no, we will not accept you because his academic level is not there. So it's just frustrating because he's been put in like this little box. And I just can't imagine what it's like. Like, could you imagine if you were put into a box where you'd never had a hug, a kiss, held hands, had a girlfriend, been told I love you, never been held, never any type of affection in that way at all, and you've been deprived of that your entire life, and then but you're aware of all the sexual things in the world, by the same time. So it's like, what do you do? Like, do I
Yeah.
take it away and say no, or
Well,
let him have
and
something?
yeah. So first of all, you got a lot going on. I mean, wow.
that's
Yeah.
an understatement. I'm
Yeah.
about to lose a lot more.
Mm.
I lost my cancer doctor and all kinds of stuff because of all the changes to the funding, and so I have now lost my oncologist and hospital and MD Anderson and their contracts with the government and stuff. So it's made things even more complicated, and it's very frustrating. So
And
what little I do
did you
have to
say you're
offer
married?
him. I finally broke free of him after 25 years. I finally, unfortunately, ended violently with a gun to my daughter's face and a sword in my
All right,
autistic son's
don't say
neck.
stuff like that. That's the
Okay,
line. You
so
just
well,
found the line
he's
of what not to say.
okay, all right. So well, he was then removed from and placed in a environment where individuals like him should be, and then he was then released, and so now it's just me and my daughter and my son, and that's what it is. And we're
Okay.
just out here trying to do the best we can. So now I live on next to nothing, and I just don't have the funds to travel to those events where he could have the chance to meet those people. And
Yeah.
then meeting people like on TikTok and such, it's scary. I'm sure you being on here, you've probably experienced the absolute lunacy and extremes that people can go to on here. So I'm not sure if I could really trust my son to go into the deep ends. You
Yeah.
know, I'm comfortable talking to a stranger. Would my son? Absolutely not. I mean, he is a very blunt individual. So I'm pretty sure if I have a hard time knowing on what's the right and wrong words and things like that, for him it would be nearly impossible. So it'd be a lot of oversight. So it's just
Yeah.
even online,
Totally.
it's so frustrating.
Totally. Yeah. Well, the world's crazy. People are assholes, whether it's in person or online. And people are beautiful. Two things can be true.
That's the
Um,
thing. He's wonderful.
mhm.
But would I want to take that away from him? Would I want to take his one small connection to that part of humanity away from him?
Right. Well,
You
let's
know?
so with regard to pornography, is what you're kind of wrestling with is should you give him pornography or not to satisfy the romantic side of him that isn't there's not it seems like there isn't even a possibility for that right now.
There is, I mean, him emotionally, like verbal skill wise, communication skills, social skills, I believe that he could potentially have a romantic relationship with, a woman of his choosing, whether a normie or not. You know, I do think he has the capacity to say for himself, give consent, receive consent, and understand the difference between the two. So, yes, I believe he has the capacity. It's my ability to put him in the environment where that could become possible. It's because I can't drive him to those places and
Got it.
take him there. So, I'm left with the best I came up with was yes, pornography does exist because he found it without me, offering it to him. Of course, that's just the way the world is nowadays, for crying out loud. So of course, I walk in the bedroom, there he is. Okay, we got to have a talk. The best solution I could come up with at that time was if at any point in time you hear no, don't, stop, I don't like this, leave me alone, go away. If you see any type of I don't like, then I want you to turn it off immediately.
Well,
Put
yeah,
it down
the problem with
immediately.
that though is usually all those words, all those things are said just not verbally.
That
Um,
I did talk to him about
yeah,
nonverbal
well,
fighting
so
back,
hold on.
struggling,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
pulling.
yeah. So let's back up though. Do you mind if I like maybe ask you some real tough questions?
No, no, not at all. Go for it.
All right. Um, well, we'll start easier. What else is possible? You can't drive him. What else
No,
is
I
possible?
cannot.
What else is possible with regard to transportation?
I can't because of my Medicaid changes and the cuts, I can't even get transportation to the hospitals that do accept the new insurance that I was forced upon. So I can't even get that. Like I have to have my groceries delivered to my house because
Well, hold
I
on,
don't
hold
even
on,
have
hold
that
on.
ability.
You might have missed the question. I didn't ask, tell me more reasons why it's not possible. I said, what else is possible?
That's I'm right. You know, like I said, TikTok was something I've thought about, like social platforms where he could talk face to face, maybe with somebody local somehow. Don't know how I could do that on TikTok. I don't know how I could do that on, say, Instagram or Facebook. I'm really not sure how I would be able to help him with that. The only thing I have found that he's okay with talking to people is on his video games. But then again, the majority of them they're typically the younger males that, they just want a game, you know. But as far as like actually engaging him in a meaningful, deeper, true loving connection, where else I could find that while I'm so constrained. That's I'm just so scared to death. If I were to throw my son onto TikTok, what would happen to him?
Yeah. All right. So what's he going to do when you're not around?
That is been the biggest. My daughter's about to go into the Navy, and so is my son-in-law. And I'm going to make sure that she has custody of him so that the ex doesn't get a hold of him. Whenever she does go, she'll have a 2-year deployment. Um, with the way things are going now, I don't know where to. But, at least then she will be able to provide housing for him. And that's something that I have to talk to her about how she needs to maintain keeping an eye on him and things like that. So I know that I know my disease progression. So I have a rare form of MS. It's called NMO, neuromyelitis optica. So I do know that, yes, I will become blind, unable to breathe. I'll be on, trach, and I won't be able to walk. And most likely, 5 years after that, pass away. I've already been sick for 15 years. So I've tried to talk to him and prepare him as much as possible. Life skills, what's appropriate and inappropriate in social situations. Who do you call when you need help? Like with how do I pay my bills? How do you get transportation if you're stranded? As many life skills as I can possibly teach him is what I've really tried to work on. But when it comes to matters of the heart, it's very, I don't know how your relationship is with your significant other, but, we can get very blunt with our significant others, but we know what we need when we say certain things. And when we say, the not so nice things or the sweet things. But with an autistic person, they're going to say exactly how they feel. They don't smooth over anything. So it has to be an individual that is comfortable and accepting with hearing, hey honey, do I look fat? And a response of, actually, yeah, that does kind of make you look fat. You should probably go change. So,
No, you don't look. Yeah, I can say so many things right now.
so that's the type of response that
Does this
he
shirt
would
make me
give
look
you.
fat? No, your face makes you look fat.
Yes, kind of, and that would be him, so he would need a woman that can respect that and love that part of him and enjoy that part of him. So it's doubly hard to find
Does he work?
somebody.
Like, can he make income?
uh it's He would have to work with supervision. So he
Got it.
can perform tasks. He can be given
Well,
up to
and
3
there's
instructions, follow those
probably
tasks.
and there's probably programs for him, right?
They were just canceled with the DIE. They were just taken away.
What's
All the
DIE?
support for It's the protections for disability inclusion
You
and
mean
equity,
DEI?
or DEI. I'm so sorry. Yeah, DEI.
That's
So
not. That's not what
that
that is. It's not disability related. ADA would still cover that. DEI is totally different.
Well, yes, but within the workforce of the hiring, the diversity programs in the hiring, the part where in there where that's been, I believe, in 1966
Okay, got it.
something
So
or other.
I guess I'm.
But anyhow, yeah, that was taken away. So yes, they
Okay.
can say you're autistic. No, we're not hiring you. So we've
Got it.
already ran into that, and so it's kind of like,
All right.
yes,
Well,
he
here, look,
normally would have had that,
you
but I
have,
don't know how.
yeah. You have so much going on, and look, all I would say is, porn's not the solution, in my opinion.
I don't feel like it is either. I just don't
Yeah.
know what on earth else any online dating things is there? Is that a thing?
Sure. I mean, look, there's so many other possibilities, right? But to kind of where you started was like you're wrestling with, do I give my son porn? Do I give my autistic son porn because he struggles with creating romantic relationships? I mean, again, my opinion would be that's not going to help. It's going to make it worse. But I'm not the kid's parents, and I've never had a 22-year-old autistic son either. So I've also never had all the things you've had. So
It's definitely overwhelming and complicated, but I don't
Yeah.
know of any websites. I don't know of any
but website. Look, the opposite of addiction is not sobriety; it's connection with other people. That quote may not apply here, but just think about it. You know, the opposite of what I really want to say is porn isn't going to get him closer to connection with people. Porn isn't going to get anybody closer to actual connection with human beings. It'll get you further away in every case, in my opinion.
So you think it'll pull him away from his chance and ability to actually make a connection with another girl?
Well, look, the answer to that question is above my pay grade. But what I would say is, pornography, it's certainly not going to get him closer. Look, maybe he finds a porn addicted woman that would love that. I don't know, but true, intimate, romantic, vulnerable relationship, I would just say, pornography will make it harder to achieve that.
You think even for single men and women too?
Just put a period at that sentence. It will make it harder to achieve that. Period. No qualification on it. Period.
So your general stance is you just generally, in overall, don't approve of pornography in general.
It's not about approving or not approving. I think that's too easy of a question. It's the way I would frame it is how much sexual objectification of other people for your selfish gain do you want to participate in?
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
Right? Do you want to, 5% of your time on that? 30%, 50%, 99%, 100%? I strive for 0. Note, strive. I'm not perfect. Strive. I don't look at porn, right? But strive.
I mean, we all got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So.
Does that extend beyond just the visual, though? I mean, there's always the reference to the beginnings of what every young man discovers, I guess you could say, as moms would say or dads would say, and then the talk, is that also a big no-no too? So
masturbating?
Well, I wanted to be very careful.
No, you can say that. I'm not going to say it's always wrong, but you can get addicted to masturbating. You can be compulsively masturbating. Go follow Dr. Trish Lee on YouTube. She has the best content on that. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. You got a lot going on. Sorry you're going through that. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you had an interesting conversation to bring up. It's been a very hectic night here because if there's a lot of other content going on right now, and it is so extremely volatile and inhumane that it's nice to have an actual human conversation. So bravo for doing that.
Well, thanks. You too.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Carl's back. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Carl's not back. All right, one more. One more. I don't really scroll the live for you page. Is it really that bad? I'm scrolling through. Someone's trying to sell me like a little doll. Somebody's singing. Hey there, what's going on? Somebody trying to sell me a
what's
purse.
going on? Can you hear me?
Someone trying to sell me luggage. It's just people selling stuff. Yes, I can hear you. Is porn cheating?
Absolutely. I'm older, so I met my husband a long time ago. We've been married for 38 years. Just like a couple weeks ago, I said to him, I had your channel on, and I said to my husband, I said, "Do you think porn is cheating?" He's like, "Not really." And I was like, "Really?" I go, "Oh, okay." So I didn't really think anything of it. And then that night, I was looking at his iPad, and I could see his texts. And I've always been able to see his texts. I've never really, there's nothing wrong with him. But he'd gone to Nevada for a conference with his work, and he was trying to hook up with some escorts. And we've been married 38 years. And so and he's always had a porn problem, but he always has told me that it stopped. And now I'm stuck because I feel like, where do I go on with my life now after 38 years? I just feel like I don't know I can't leave. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm thinking of having him talk to you, make an appointment with you.
Well, great. I'd love to talk to him. Did you confront him about what you found?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah. And
how'd that
we're
go?
fighting. This was on December 31st, and we are still fighting to this day. So he basically won't talk to me. He doesn't really like to talk about it because he says he's embarrassed about it, which I understand. But still, you can't just sweep it under the rug and think nothing happened. You got to talk to me about it, dude.
Did he see the prostitute?
No, because all of them said, well, I don't think he did. All of the text messages were like, "Do you accept cash?" And then none of them accepted cash. So then he never did, he said.
Okay. Do you believe him?
Not really.
Okay.
No, and he says he's very, very sorry. I says, "Do you look at porn?" Because he used to do that when he was younger. I knew that. And he's like, "No, I don't, but I don't believe that either." I mean, 38 years of marriage, and I just don't trust him.
A guy who's looking for escorts in Vegas and says he doesn't watch porn. I mean,
Yeah, hello? I'm not stupid.
yeah. Yeah. Have you, well, typically if a prostitute or escort is involved, some sort of STD testing is in order. Have you done that?
I did get that. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Just a couple weeks ago.
All right.
And that's the other thing. He's like, "I don't even know why you'd get tested because I haven't done anything." But I said, "Well, I just don't know if I believe you."
Yeah. All right. What I'm thinking right now is, where do I want to take this conversation, given what you're going through and all the possibilities? What are you wanting to get out of this? Why did you request to come on here tonight?
Because I know I'm so hurt. My heart is just broken. And I just don't know where else to go.
Yeah.
And I haven't told anyone. I just, we have 3 kids. My son doesn't talk to us, but my daughters, I would never tell them because they think the world of their dad. And so I just keep it all to myself. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't make enough money to live on my own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're holding all this in to try to protect him.
And so I think that's why I came on here, because I can let it out with you, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't know where it's next.
Okay. All right, you're dealing with betrayal trauma. Are you familiar with that word?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. It's the trauma that a partner experiences when they've discovered a betrayal. Whether or not he consummated the act, what you found is a massive betrayal.
Yeah.
Okay. And 38 years, you've at least in some part known that there's some sort of pornography or something going on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be talking about this publicly right now?
I mean, it feels good to talk to someone about it, but inside I just feel horrible. I just can't believe he would do this to me. But it feels good to talk to someone. You know, and I mean, it's just stupid little things like I went and I had like a fake piercing in my nose. My daughter's like, "Mom, do not wear that. You're too old for that, blah, blah, blah. Get that out." This was the other day. And I'm thinking, your dad can have an escort. That's okay. But she doesn't know that. But I'm just like, you know, I mean, my girls think that he is like the best dad, the best grandfather, the best everything. If they only knew this, it would kill them to the core.
Why are you protecting the reality of
I
who he
don't,
is?
and that's what I ask myself, why am I? I don't know. I don't want to ruin our family, I guess. I mean, I don't want, you know, the grandkids love him, and everyone just really loves him, and I don't want to ruin that, I guess. I don't know.
Do you love him?
I do love him. That's why it hurts me so bad. I
Yeah, I
love
got
him
it.
so much.
Well, but listen to yourself. You know what he did, and you still love him. Do you think other people can do that?
True. Yeah, I never thought of that. But that's true.
And here's, I would agree. I think it is true, but they don't know him. They know the
Yeah.
nice parts of him,
That's right.
the parts that they see on Sunday when they go to church with him, or whatever he does on Sunday.
Well, we used to go to church. But yeah, you're right.
Right. So they don't know the full him. And the problem, I'm speaking generally, is that you're taking the fall for what you've discovered. I'm not suggesting that you need to go tell your kids, by the way.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what the path is for you. But what I would say is you don't have to be the one bearing the weight of what he did, the shame of what he did. Because you're sitting there, it's been 6 weeks or so, and you're like I got it. You're talking to a stranger on the internet about it to make yourself feel better.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
Have you told anybody? Do you have a close friend that you've
Yeah,
told what's going on?
I told my sister,
Okay.
and she couldn't believe it. She loves my husband. She just cannot believe it that he would do that. But I haven't told him. You know, I mean, he's had a porn problem like a lot of his life. I have caught porn like a long time ago, like magazines or videos or something. But I haven't for forever. To be honest, I've only really. When we first got married, we were married for a year. I was pregnant, so we got married because I got pregnant, and we had a little boy, and then he cheated on me within our first year of marriage. And so we were going to get divorced then, and we were separated for 8 months, and then we got back together. And it's really taken me like 20 years to get over that even, and now this comes up. So really, the last 10 years has really been the only time I've really started to really trust him. And now it's like this time, now it's like it just triggered it all back over for me.
Yeah.
Just I feel that aching when I caught him cheating on me.
Yeah.
So it's just bringing it all back.
Well,
I should have just left then.
well, but you didn't, and here you are.
No, and I'm here.
So here's the thing: is you've got 38 years ish of evidence of what he's done, and you're demonstrating what's called betrayal blindness, which is I'm just going to be blind to the reality of what's going on here. He cheated on me, but I've got a baby and I got to figure out how to make this work. So I'm just going to pretend like it didn't happen or it didn't hurt that bad or the porn isn't a problem. So I'm going to just keep on making this thing work. And now here you are 38 years later. And he goes to Vegas and he's trying to get an escort.
Yep. And I just think if I was, you know, skinnier, looked prettier, than he would have done this. I just blame myself constantly.
No. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you or how you look or how you don't look or what you do or what you don't do. It's a disease in his heart, a sickness. He's trying to find some pain. This phrase has never been more relevant now, but a man who knocks on the door of a brothel is actually seeking love. A man who knocks on the door of a brothel is actually seeking love. He's probably wrestling with the question of, does anybody love me? Not to say that you are loving or not loving him in any way that you're supposed to be or not. But we all have this underlying question of, am I loved? Does anybody love me? And what happens with sexual perversion, I'll say, is we try to answer the question of if we're loved by going to things like pornography or escorts or prostitutes to get that question answered. But it never satisfies. So I would just say this has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
The more you can believe that, the more it'll separate you from him, his behavior, and the fact that he's going through something that caused him to do this, independent of you.
The thing is, when he was out of town, I went out of town with him, and we had the best weekend ever. We just had so much fun, and I flew there and I stayed with him for like 4 days and stuff. He was gone for 5 weeks, and we had so much fun. And then it was like these text messages were like the week after I'd left. That's what the date was on him, and I was like, I don't know what did I do something wrong to you, or I don't know. I just was so hurt.
Yeah. Has he gotten help? I know you said you maybe suggested him doing a call with me. Is he open to doing anything?
No, I did suggest that we go to some kind of counseling, and he said he would.
Great. When are you going to do that?
When I make the appointment, which was probably going to be Monday.
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
I don't know. I don't know. I just need to get on it because if I don't, then he'll eventually probably say he won't go.
Well, whether or not he goes, I would say it would help you to go.
Well, I will say one thing. I think porn is like, it's ruined our life, basically, our marriage, because he was always into porn even when he was younger and stuff like that. And so I think porn had a lot to do with it. So if I could say anything, I just wouldn't want people to stay away from it. I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, porn use always escalates. It always escalates into something else. Always. Might not escalate into escorts, but it always escalates. So you have a lot of life to unpack. And I think that would be a really courageous thing for you to do, is to start unpacking that. Figure out how did you guys end up here? How did you end up here? How did he end up here? Is this even a relationship that is worth salvaging or that is salvageable? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But you got to get these conversations out in the open.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm happy to chat. If you want to schedule a call with me, you can go to my profile page, schedule a link. I do one-on-one coaching with people and couples. I also have other women that I refer to sometimes. If it's a fit. I also have groups, both for women going through betrayal and men going through, unwanted sexual behavior. So, if I can be part of that journey with you, I'd be happy to. Or not, that's
Thank
fine
you so
too. But
much.
yeah, just keep moving forward. Okay.
And everyone in the chat's been super nice too, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night, Bean.
You too. Bye bye. One more. Hey there, what's going on?
So I don't know if this isn't related to porn actually. So if this isn't allowed, you can drop me. Um, but I have a friend that, well, her sister told me today, and I'm not supposed to tell anyone, so I'm gonna like leave names out of it, but I'm just kind of trying to like seek advice on it. But it has to do with like abuse. Is that okay to ask advice about, or
Well, is it active abuse that's currently going on?
yes?
Okay, well, I would say this is your friend going through it?
Yes, my friend's sister.
Okay, well, I would call. This is not the right place to unpack your friend's sister's abuse. But what I would say is, can you find or offer resources to that person to get help, to get them out of that situation?
So she's been talking to her, but she's
Like the authorities, the police, the Child Protective Services, some sort of not
she
just
did contact the police, the person, the victim, um, but she's like staying, and we're just concerned.
so she's brought it to the authorities and she's still staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a word for that I can't think of right now. Well, I don't know what to say there, okay? So again, I would just say call the authorities or find an agency or find a nonprofit or something that helps people through whatever it is that she's dealing with. And what I would say to you, good job for asking the question, right?
Yeah.
Find the right place where somebody can actually help if that's what's appropriate. All right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Yeah, Graham JJ, get your nose pierced. The chat keeps saying that. Get your nose pierced. For real, not a fake one. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. All right. Fortnite, anyone? I'm going to start a gaming channel. It's been decided. I'm going to go from a one-trick pony to a two-trick pony. Fortnite and porn. It'll be a separate channel, though, just to be clear. All right, great being with you all tonight. That'll mix perfectly. Great being with you all tonight. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with unwanted sexual behavior such as pornography or sex addiction, as well as women who are dealing with betrayal trauma, the trauma that's experienced after discovering a betrayal. I have groups that meet on either Tuesday nights or Wednesday afternoons. They're $99 a month, and we meet every week for an hour and 15 minutes. The women's groups are facilitated by myself and other women, and the men's groups are facilitated by myself and other men. The whole point here, people, is to choose a new path for your life. Choose a new path for your life. Whatever your present circumstances, it may feel hard. It probably is hard. It may feel hopeless. Maybe you can't stop doing the thing that you keep saying you want to stop doing, or maybe you can't figure out a way to change your situation. There is hope. There's always hope. And it always requires a ton of courage. A ton of courage. Which you have. So if you're interested in any of that, you can go to the link in my bio to schedule a discovery call with me if you want to chat more. If I can be a part of the journey with you, if so, great. If not, that's fine too. We'll be here on TikTok. Does my wife do the betrayal trauma part? She used to. She did a few groups. It's not her thing. She's not into talking about porn on the internet for some reason. But I have other women who are great. One of them will be on with us the week after this one. If you know, you know. So, great being with you all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.